What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Marvel Legends Marvel Knights series from the Daredevil Netflix series, The Punisher. Really excited I have the Punisher here. As you guys know, I am a really big Punisher fan, and I was really happy with the way Punisher was portrayed on the Netflix show. Here we do have the Punisher in the box. You can see he does come with his rifle, a pistol, and then his Build-A-Figure piece. And at the top, we do have a lovely image of the Netflix Punisher logo. Really looking forward to that. On the side, we have some artwork from Punisher here, and it looks amazing. On the back, we have a little bio plus the figure as itself. Frank Castle is on a quest for revenge, waging a merciless war against the criminals of Hell's Kitchen. Other figures of this line include Daredevil, Punisher, Elektra, Jessica Jones, Blade, and Bullseye. And then when everything is said and done, here we do have the completed Man-Thing. With that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a little break, get him opened up, and go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Punisher posing out of the packaging. Before we go on to the figure, let's actually show off his Build-A-Figure piece. He does come with the left arm of Man-Thing. Again, not too excited about Man-Thing. I really just wanted the figures in this wave, not really the Build-A-Figure. But we'll see how that happens when Man-Thing's all put together. But anyway, here we do have Punisher out of the packaging, and I have to say, really fell in love with this figure the moment I pulled him out. Him and Daredevil have been my two favorites so far. But let's actually show off Punisher's accessories. He does come with two accessories. He does come with his machine gun, which, if we can just zoom in on that, it is a really nice sculpt, and you can see all the nice little details in there. See, it has the sight, the grenade launcher, the magazine. Everything on here looks really nice, although it is a really flimsy plastic. I kind of wish that this was a more rigid, firm plastic. It can go in either of his hands. He does sport two trigger fingers, so if you want to have him holding it, you can. And I haven't tried any two-handed poses, but we'll see what that looks like later on. And then he also does come with his pistol, which is done in just this marbly silver plastic, but it still looks really nice. I kind of wish both these had paint apps, like had some black here and then some dry brushing here. That would have made these pop so much better. And he can hold either gun in either hand, which is really good. I do like that. So let's actually move his guns off to the side so we can have a look here at the Punisher. Now, I have noticed that with this wave, specifically with Punisher here and Daredevil, they did use the photo printing tech with them, so if you look at it really closely, there is a dot matrix there, which it looks all pixely, but from a distance, it looks like John Berthel, which, let's be honest, he did a really fantastic job as the Punisher. You can see he even has like some bruising and some scraping on the nose, which at first I wasn't too excited about, but having him in hand, it actually suits the figure, and the train's going by now. Of course it does. But you can see the way they did the 5 o'clock shadow looks really good, and then his buzz cut, how it goes from fade to his actual hair, looks really good. So the face on Punisher here looks really amazing, and then we go on to his coat. We'll save the skull for later, but the coat is done really nicely, and it's a really nice soft material. It's not going to be getting in the way of anything, and it does move around. And now let's take a look at that Punisher skull. I know there's some people that aren't a fan of the Netflix Daredevil skull, but the Punisher skull here, and I know I did say Daredevil, and yes, he did come out in Daredevil first, but I really do love the way it looks, and it's a skull that he made on his own, so I don't expect it to be like Captain America's shield or anything. And I love how it's just off to one side, just like we saw in the TV series. Loving the detail on it. And there's actually some detail on his combat vest, which looks really nice. You can actually see kind of where the skull in the vest actually lies, so I do like that. And then we go on to his pants, which are really dark gray. They're not black. You can see his belt is black, but his pants are like this really, really dark gray. Then we go on to his boots, which unfortunately they didn't differentiate the boots with like a sheen or a darker black. But it still looks nice, and I have to say it still looks really good, and I really do like the way this figure looks. Overall, I'm really happy with this figure. So let's actually move Punisher here off to the side so I can have a quick comparison really fast. So let's get the camera steady. And let's bring out Comic Book Punisher. And here we have the Walgreens Comic Book Punisher out displayed next to the Netflix Netflix Punisher, I should say. And I have to say, I really don't know which one I like more. I love the comic book style, but I also loved how Punisher was portrayed on Daredevil. You can see I did give mine trigger fingers. I went ahead and cut his fingers loose, so he now has trigger fingers. But overall, I really love both these figures. I'm a huge Punisher fan, and there really hasn't been a Hasbro Punisher that I haven't liked, and I'm just being honest about that. But anyway, let's actually move on to Punisher's articulation here, and I'm taking the canvas with me. He does suffer from a little bit of redundancy when it comes to his articulation, and I'll explain that in a little bit. As far as articulation in his head goes, he does have a ball joint which can look up and down about that far. Some really slight tilt, so not the greatest tilt there. Does turn left and right. And then he has a hinge in the neck, so he can bury his chin in his chest, or he can look up pretty high, and you know, if you really want to, you can have the coat hide that horrendous broken neck, but I guess right there it looks natural. His arms, he does have kind of redundant articulation. We do have a ball joint that goes out, does a full 360, not getting hindered by the jacket because it's a really nice soft plastic. He has a bicep swivel, but he also does have a hinge and swivel at the forearm, or at the elbow. And it is kind of redundant because for Punisher here, it doesn't give you any added articulation, so either one would have done. He does have a hinge in the wrist, which is really tight, as well as a swivel. And then we get on to his torso, which he has a ball joint in the torso, which goes back about that far, forward about that far. We do get some good tilt side to side. We get some swivel here, but we also do get a swivel right here in the waist, which I don't understand why we get swivel here and swivel here. It doesn't really make sense. Each one does the exact same thing. That's like the bicep and elbow swivel. But anyway, moving on to his articulation. Legs go forward about that far, go back about that far, go out quite a bit. He actually has more articulation than most Spider-Man figures, and that's surprising. He has a thigh swivel. He is double jointed in the knee, and you can see all those ratchets right there, but it actually does fit in with the sculpt, so I'm really not complaining about that. No boot swivel, but we do get a hinge in the ankle, which goes back, not really forward, and we also get some forward-facing pin for rocker ankles, and just to point this out, he has treading on the bottom of his boot. That's a lot of detail that they didn't have to do. But anyway, that's Punisher for you guys. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Punisher posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do love the way this figure came out. And just like with Daredevil, I really do love this figure. And I really love the way he was portrayed on the Daredevil Netflix series. Speaking of which, let's actually bring Daredevil out really fast just so you can see how they look together, which I think they look really nice. Especially paired together, I really want to see more Daredevil and Punisher, like, have them cross shows, like, why not? They had really good chemistry. But anyway, I've actually bought my Punisher along with the rest of the case from Big Bad Toy Store. I know I did pay a little more for the case, but it saves me gas. I don't have to go out and actually hunt these guys down. I got the entire case right at my doorstep. If you're looking for the Marvel Knights Wave, they are hitting stores now, and they're going to run you about $21 with tax. And that's basically what you're paying for Marvel Legends figures these days. But I really do recommend this Punisher if you're a Punisher fan or just a fan of how he was portrayed on the Netflix series. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews. All my Marvel Legend reviews are also up, so go ahead and check those out. And as always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my best to add it to my collection. If I can't, then I'm so sorry about that, guys. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.